The iPhone 6s and 6s Plus are here, and I don't mean here in my home. The only one in my home is the 6s. We did not opt for the Plus. Where was I going with this? Oh, the tagline is, the only thing that's changed is everything. It could easily be there are more changes in this talk release than in previous talk releases, but I am not a marketing whiz. I don't want to be yelled at by the collective internet. I can't take it anymore. All it is yelling. And I'm 22 years old. I look like I'm 36 if I get yelled at one more time about this iPhone Android thing. It's my wife's phone. I don't really care. I'm just going to show you some 3D touch stuff. And then after I'm wrapped up, I'm going to sit on my couch and maybe have some beer in a wine glass. Because that's how I drink it slower. Because I drink too much.
Let's start out on the home screen, shall we? Now you notice with a lot of the Apple-created apps that if you long press on the icons, you get a list of quick tasks that you can perform. Take a selfie, set an alarm, add a calendar event. This functionality will make its way into third-party apps eventually if you haven't seen it already. On the usefulness scale, I'd say this is pretty useful. Next up, in the email app, you can long press on a message to get a preview of it, at which point you can pull up for more options, pull right to mark it read or unread, and pull left to archive it or delete it. Useful? Let's say moderately useful. In the Messages app, you can long press various links to get various peeks. Long pressing the time, for instance, lets you add a calendar event. Long pressing a URL gives you a handy preview of the link in question. And long pressing on a photo, then pulling up lets you copy, save, or forward it. Just like long pressing icons on the home screen, this round of tricks is pretty useful. Now, if you'd like to quickly switch between apps, you can do so by long pressing on the far left edge of the screen, which will bring up your multitasking menu. Now, this can also be done by double pressing the home button, and this long press method is a little bit finicky, so I'd give this a not so useful rating. When you're working with text, placing the cursor where you want it to go is now easier than asking your mom to the prom. I mean, what's she gonna say? No? Anyway, this feature is insanely useful.
I love it.
You just hold down on the keyboard, it turns into a touchpad of sorts, which you can use to move the cursor around willy-nilly. And finally, when taking photos, you can long press on the thumbnails in the gallery and whip through them real quick. You can also long press on a photo after you've taken it to see the first few moments before and after the photo was taken. These features are both moderately useful, but that's about it.
Yeah, I'm 22. Do I not look 22? Look like I've done some hard living, have I? Maybe I have. Maybe you don't want to ask any more questions. I'm 36.